came to Earth to learn about art.
Ziggy's Arts Adventure.
But there is so much I don't know where to start.
Ziggy's Arts Adventure. Music, acting, painting, dancing.
It's all so much fun.
Writing, playing, and creating.
So come on, everyone. We're gonna get out what we have in our hearts.
Ziggy's Arts Adventure.
So hold on tight, cause we're ready to start.
Ziggy's Arts Adventure.
Contrast!
Once we get this projector hooked up, you'll be able to see rock and roll.
Oh, I can't wait to finally see the music being made. I've been wanting to see this since I first heard music back on my planet.
Now, I know why I like rock and roll, but why do you love it so much?
Oh, well, there's no art on my planet. So when I heard rock and roll, it was the first music I ever heard. The first art I ever experienced.
No arts? And then you heard rock music. How?
Oh, well, you humans sent out a spacecraft called Voyager I, which was filled with Earth things like a map of how to find you. But the best thing in Voyager I was a record filled with Earth music, which was all great, but rock and roll was awesome. It made me feel things I never felt before. So I built a rocket ship and came here to hear more.
What a great feat of alien engineering. Now I'm really glad I get to show you this film.
Oh, but Jack, what's film?
Well, a great feat of human engineering. Film is the art of the moving picture.
Oh, neat. Moving pictures.
As soon as people invented cameras, everyone started filming world events as they happen, and creating experiences that couldn't exist in the real world.
Oh, but those things are very different. What really happened and what couldn't happen?
Yeah, contrast. Contrast is one of film's best friends.
It is?
Sure, contrast are the differences that help us see more clearly. Movies are usually shown in the dark because the brightness of the film contrasts with the dark areas around the movie screen. No contrast, no film.
Here, Ziggy, look at this photo of the band. See how Nick's bright boa stands out against his dark jacket? That bright, contrasted against the dark, makes his boa pop, so our eyes see it clearly. Contrast puts things together so it's easy to see how they aren't alike. I'm telling you, Ziggy, differences make all the difference. Well, all right, indoor creatures. I'm off to meet the muralist who's coming by.
What's a muralist?
It's an artist who paints big art on ceilings or walls, usually outside. But because they paint so big, it's hard for them to find places to put their artwork. It's against the law to paint on most buildings. But by contrast, here at the junkyard, we're happy to have Chris King come put art on our walls. So, with that, Pat's out to bring big new art to the junkyard.
Oh, sorry, Zig. Looks like you got tangled up in blue. Let me come help you.
Man, I'm really glad you stopped by. There's lots of places in the junkyard for you to paint your mural.
Awesome. We gotta be sure we find some place where I have permission, because I don't want to get into trouble with the law.
I get it, man. You know, ever since the Pleasant Valley neighborhood moved in next door, it's been a real contrast to how quiet it used to be. Now artists come in all the time hoping the junkyard has what they need. It's a great way to meet new people, but it's a shame the city didn't plan an art space for the neighborhood. That's how you build a real community.
Who's ready to force some big art upon this world? Oh, hi. You must be Chris King. I'm Pat. Nice to meet you.
Hey, it's nice to meet you too.
Well, I grew up in New York, and I loved seeing all the murals everywhere. And I cannot wait to bring some of that big city energy to our funky little junkyard.
You got any idea what you want to paint?
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna paint what's going on around here. You know, art is a great way to express your feelings, talk about your life and your community.
Man, I dig it. That's exactly how music makes me feel. Well, let's get this tour started. Walk this way.
Power to the projector! Oh no! There's no sound!
It's so energetic, so expressive. It's like I can see the music.
Yeah, film really gets things moving in ya. I wonder if that's why they call them movies.
Anyway, no one moved like Chuck.
No one?
Nope. See, in the 1950s, rock and roll was still new. Many people had never heard or danced to music like it before. It was very shocking for some folks.
It was a contrast?
Exactly. Each artist creates their own art.
All of them?
Every single one. Art from the people! Looks like you got my message.
I'm Rayla Muller. I'm 10 years old and I'm in 5th grade. My favorite thing about art is having all these ideas while you're doing it. So it's basically like improv while you're drawing, like at the moment. So it's really fun. I heard in art class one day that Cats was doing this art contest and I was really excited. And I drew a picture that has hands holding a pile of dirt with a sprout in it, and it said, "Help Louisiana grow." And then I won, and one day at school it showed the bus with my picture on it. And it was really exciting. Now my picture is a moving mural.
So do you see any flat walls around here that you could use for your mural?
This one over here is flat and smooth, but it might be a little bit small. In contrast, this one over here is larger, but it might be too rough. Got a lot of important decisions to make.
Standing at the crossroads.
Okay, let's bounce.
So who invented rock and roll?
I personally think Sister Rosetta Tharpe invented it, but really it was a bunch of different people, and she was definitely one of them.
There were a bunch of different musicians?
On Earth? There's millions, and dancers, and muralists, and sculptors.
And they're all different?
Sure. Each of us is a one-of-a-kind creature, seeing the world out of our own set of eyeballs. No one else but you gets that point of view.
Well, I know I see things very differently from anyone else here on Earth.
Welcome to the club.
It sounds like you found your own point of view to express.
Express my point of view. I'm gonna go think about that, Jack.
Wow, great viewpoint from up here. From this point of view, I can see the whole junkyard.
Oh, hey, Zig, our alien friend.
Hey man, have a seat. This is Chris King.
Oh, nice to meet you. I've never met a muralist before.
Oh, I've never met an alien before.
We've been trying to find the right spot for Chris to paint his mural.
He needs a big, flat, smooth area. Right, Mr. King?
That's right.
Oh, well, I have a question. As a muralist, do you have a point of view?
I'd say my point of view has changed over the years. When I lived in LA, my point of view was more influenced by my punk rock friends running on the streets. Then I moved to Louisiana, and now I'm more focused on teaching kids how to use their voice and their point of view to make art. Where are you from, Ziggy?
Oh, I'm from... But I don't think humans can pronounce it.
No, I don't think we can, Zig. I think that's something definitely only you can do.
I used to think I was the only one who was different, but now I think each of us isn't like anybody else.
Yeah, everyone brings their own unique flavor. I bring a Memphis flavor.
Mr. King, I've been thinking, you should put your mural on the front gate. It's big and flat and smooth, and it's right on the street as everyone comes in.
Oh, the front gate. Let me think about that.
Great minds think.
So I paint on the gate and my art moves. Ziggy's right. Everyone who comes in or goes past the junkyard's gonna see it. I choose the gate. How about using glow-in-the-dark paint this time? Art in the dark! No doubt, Ziggy. The front gate's gonna be perfect. Thanks for the idea.
This is gonna make the front gate look so cool.
Man, if that brain of yours is gonna keep growing great thoughts, it needs to get some sleep. Time to get ready for bed, Ziggy.
Oh, Okay. Good night, everyone. Nice to meet you, Mr. King.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, Ziggy. I'll be back tomorrow to get on that mural for you.
And if you really want to know, Punk, you just have to listen.
Thanks for the bedtime story, Pat. Now I really want to listen to some punk rock music soon.
Good. Good night, Ziggy.
Oh, I'm gonna send a video back home to my parents.
No problem.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I've been learning so much. There's so many art forms and ways to express yourself here. They have things in common, like space and rhythm, but they're all so different, too. Oh, today I saw my first film. It shows things moving, like in real life. And I learned about murals, which are big paintings outside. Oh, but they don't move like film does. Oh, that's contrast. That's how things are different. And art is how different people express their different points of view. And I learned I have my own point of view.
There you go, Ziggs. Now you sounded like a real artist. Express yourself.
Express myself. I could make art.
Support provided by Louisiana Healthcare Connections. Your health, our purpose.